All righty, hey everybody. Welcome to Tuesday night, Tuesday afternoon, evening, whatever you decide to call it. It's 5:30, group Q&A, 6:30 if you're where I'm at. I'm in North Carolina. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Justin. I'm one of the mentors. I've been with the mentor team since May. So who's
Hey
going
there, I'm not
to
hearing you, but that could just be me.
can nobody else hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
Okay.
Okay, I can hear you fine. I was streaming to my television, so it was
Oh,
my bad.
okay.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries, no worries. Uh, so who's going to test me tonight? And let's get started with the question.
I have a question.
Okay.
I asked about TTC and was told they were self-registered. So they're like the Globus, it's a big group of them. Globus, Trafalgar. I can't remember who I was in the group, but there was a wave maker on them several months back. So
Okay.
I asked for registration for that, and she told me it was self-registered. So I went out there and I found their Agent Academy, and I was able to register for it, which is where you take the courses, but I couldn't actually find the agent portal. So I was hoping you had a link, but you apparently don't even have it.
And honestly, I haven't heard of that. Bobby may know. Bobby, are you familiar with TTC?
I'm not off the top of my head. I thought you said Globus, right? I thought you just
Yeah, Globus
register
is
with
part of it.
Globus.
And see, I'm registered with, is
It's
it,
TTC.
yeah,
Let's just see here. And I'm not being rude and looking away. This is where my big screen is. I'm getting to an age where I got to have bigger letters now.
so I think you're going to the same page that I initially found, which I just couldn't find like an agent login button or anything like that.
Is this
And
where you went? Is this it?
that's one of the sites I went. That wasn't where I eventually found that I could register for the academy, but this is like their main page. Let me look back on the calendar and tell you when that wave maker training was. I guess it wasn't that far ago. It was August 27th is when they had the wave makers, and I know the BDM shared their link, but of course, when you watch a replay, you can't see what was in the chat.
Yeah.
Carla, are you just looking for the Globus training?
No, I want to go to the TTC agent portal because there is where you're supposed to be able to book any of their brands.
Huh.
And I hate to say this because I hate always seeing this and stuff, but you may have to call them, especially with them being self-registration and everything. I hate that to be just the generic kind of answer a lot of
And
times,
that's
but
fine. I
sometimes
just,
that's just the way
yeah, no, I
it
get it.
works out.
Yeah.
And like I said, I had never heard of TTC, so that's a new one on me. So here you learn by doing. You learn by attending these trainings.
And I wish I could think of all the things that were under their umbrella. Maybe Avalon was one of them too, which I think I'm registered with them. And like you said, I knew Globus had its own, but my understanding from the training is there is just one agent portal for them. So, but that's okay. I'll see if I can figure it out.
Yeah, I would reach out to them. I mean, if they're a self-registration, I would, I don't even know where to
Yeah, if you'll go back,
partners,
yeah, somewhere you just where I saw those logos. Yeah,
the
there it is.
brands and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Here,
Uniworld. Yeah, see, I'm registered with Uniworld already, but
okay, let's see what the partners thing is here. Bill. Oh, Portugal. Might have to check these guys and gals out. I'm trying to see
like I
if
said,
there's.
if you go back to August, they did a wavemaker training on them. It was pretty interesting.
Okay, I'll have to definitely check that out. It's
Okay, well,
amazing.
thank you for trying.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't help you. We'll have to. I throw something in the Facebook chat as well. I mean, that may somebody else may be familiar with them. Yeah, there's just. I mean, there's just no way to know everything out there that's available to us. So it's good that it's got brought up. Yeah, I wouldn't even know where to begin with them. Our brands. Yeah, I would just give them a call, and if with their they can probably put you right through to where let's see here, our offices. See if there's a of course you may be able to call that tech, that TTC tech that was just there.
Yeah, and I think in the Wavemaker training, the BDM put like his business cards in the training. I guess I could shoot him an email. I hate bothering them. If anybody in here knew already.
Yeah. I'm not familiar.
Yeah, that's where I thought we'd go to book Globus Avalon. I didn't know there was anything else. So that's where I registered or I submitted the supplier request. I can't remember which one it was. And then I go to that link and log in to book with Globus.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I only found out that he mentioned the BDM mentioned in there that I think their portal was called TAP, Travel Agent Portal. So when I initially asked Allison about them, she said, "Oh, they're self-register." That was weeks ago, and I just got around to it yesterday trying to register. And so I emailed her back and I was like, "Hey, I watched this training, and the portal was called TAP, Travel Agent Portal." And so she sent me the Expedia Tap link. I think she got confused as to what I was talking about that time. So
Yeah, I'm not sure. Just that in here.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
I
while
would.
you're doing this, I got a quick question.
yeah, go ahead.
When you guys are saying self-register, you need to, sorry, I'm like, there we go. When you're saying self-register, you still need to go into our portal under agent access and put in the request form first, correct?
It yes and no. If we have somebody's got an echo too, by the way. It'll mess me up because I'm hearing myself talk twice. Sometimes I can barely concentrate once. Yes and no. If it's already 100% guaranteed at self-registration, here on our preferred and elite, you don't have to worry about a supplier request form. But here, like with Princess with One Source, you have to fill out a supplier request form. What that's referring to hypothetically, the something like the scoot around rentals. Scoot around rentals is a disability mobility wheelchairs and things of that nature. They're I know they're self-registration just because I've already submitted for them, but Amy and everybody's wanting us to submit supplier request forms for the suppliers that are not listed on the page. Because if hypothetically, even if they're self-registration, that doesn't guarantee that we work with that particular supplier. So they want to say, hey, we don't work with them, but let us get in contact and get all this arranged. So
Okay, perfect. That's kind of what I thought. Like if it was a supplier we haven't seen, and that's kind of what I'm going off of more suppliers I don't know about, I haven't seen on here. I do the supplier request form, but sometimes I just hear people talk about self-registering, and I'm like, but we need to do the supplier request form before we self-register. So I just wanted to
yes,
make sure I was doing it the right way.
yes, as long as it's not already listed as a self-registration, then yeah, you're fine to do a supplier request form. You won't get in trouble by just taking an extra step to ensure you're doing it the right way.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. Miss Debbie. So what's the next question?
I have a question if nobody else has one.
How's Miss Lynette?
I know, because this is me working on the same darn thing. Sorry.
Oh,
Can
you're
you see
good.
me?
I can.
Okay, I thought like I had worked up some Aruba stuff for somebody, and then I thought they fell through, didn't hear from them for like 3 weeks, and it's
Mhm.
literally over Thanksgiving, and then they're like, oh, I really want this, and I feel like I kind of have to start over with them. My issue that I'm having is I've tried a whole bunch of different suppliers, and some of the suppliers, like, which one am I on now? Um, Pleasant Holidays, and then I think the last one I was on, many of them, if you pick two rooms and you pick over six people, it just says you can't do them together. Like, do you literally have to break them up and do them into separate rooms? It says too many on many of them. Pleasant Holidays does it, and then Expedia Tap it works. What was the other one I just did? Have you guys run into that? Like, do you call? I actually have three different rooms that I need, so it's like a total of 10 people.
Unless it, I mean, most hotels are allow you up to 4 people to a room. So unless they just have some type of
It,
stipulation, I
it's
don't.
the supplier websites. Like, I can do them all individually. I can say I want one room with four people in it, but I literally
Mm.
need three rooms
Is
with.
it similar to cruise lines where like you can only book one cabin per booking? So you even for multiple family cabins on a cruise, you have to have
I could
separate
I
bookings?
can book three rooms with two people in it. It'll let me do that, but I don't want, you know what I'm saying? Like the
I,
site will let me do this. If you guys don't know, that's fine. I just didn't
no,
know.
I think the thing is each, like Bobby said, each room would have its own separate booking number. So that may be why you're.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
I haven't messed with Pleasant Holiday, so I personally have not run into this. Of course, yeah, I know if I. So how many people total have you got going? 10?
I have 10 people total, three rooms, but I'm trying to do two rooms together and the other one they want to stay 2 days later, two more additional days. So it is kind of like it's the same person paying for everything. And so I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do this, and I'm still pricing things out. And so I'm in like three or four different suppliers, and it's just a lot to have to price out three different rooms times three different suppliers, or you know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah, and the due diligence part is, just checking all the multiple suppliers. Of course, you know that. Yeah, I wouldn't even know where to.
I
If you
feel
got, I
you.
mean, if you go,
I
if you're
I
gonna
had
have
to
to
do the
threat,
same thing with three cruise cabins today. It's like I had to book
You
them
just
three
had to
separate
book them.
reservations because that's the way you have to do it often.
Okay.
So it might I
that,
know Expedia Tap, you can get multiple rooms sometimes.
Yes,
mhm.
Expedia Tap will let you do it. The problem with Expedia Tap is that
The easy thing about cruise lines is you don't have, it can't be a different price on this website compared to this website compared to this website. So,
yeah, thank God.
that's the aggravating part. Yeah, I think you're just gonna have to probably.
Just do
And
it. All right.
well, and
I
here
just
again, and here again, I know this is just a generic answer. Call them and say, hey, this is what I've got. This is what I'm looking at. I hate to even say that, but that's just the best way that we can do that.
yeah.
Yeah, I
I
I've
might end up
got
I might end up calling one of these. I'm not sure which one. Just maybe Pleasant Holidays to see what they how they
I
respond
was
to that.
I was kind of fortunate. I mean, I've had to book 5 rooms for a Punta Cana birthday party, but I luckily the lady is having a birthday. She wants to go for her 50th, so I booked her. She sent me out to a couple other people. They've come back. It was just that's where they were going. So, but I did check the 3 suppliers for the one room. So I do know what you're going through, but just a little bit, not to the extent you're having to go through the 3 rooms. Um, so
All right. Well, so
yeah.
that also while researching this, like I got an email a while back from Expedia Tap, and there was a go to watch this video, and it says how to access hotel package rates versus bundle packages. And I know that there's packages, but it didn't say. So there's package rates and there's packages, and at the very end of the video said not to be confused with packages. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, don't share your screen. Let me, because
You
I
want me to
haven't.
share my screen? You want me to share the video?
Well, not no, not in here, not for that. No, you can share it on the Facebook page, or you can share it in a link here.
Here, let me
Um,
put the link in. Let me hit stop share.
get Tia in. Hope she wasn't waiting long. Sorry, Tia, if you were waiting long. I apologize.
Well, I don't want to take up the whole meeting either. Oops, why did that do that? It was like a 1.5-minute video, and it says, you know, you can, let me watch this video.
Yeah, you would think if they say the packages and not to be confused, the package rate, it would be.
This is not a spam. It's not a fish.
I'll copy and paste that.
So, because I know, so I would like to do it as, I would like to do the airline altogether because it's 8 people all together, and I'd like to do the hotel separate to get the higher commission. But I also want them to get a package rate. So I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, I see what you're saying now. Well, I mean, you're still going to get. I mean, are you trying to go through a different supplier to get the higher commission on the rooms?
You know, I'm not really looking at commission at all on the other ones. I just know on the Expedia tab, they said that there is this how to do a package, not to be confused with packages. Anyway, it's fine if you don't know the answer.
I, I'm running into some stuff that I haven't experienced personally. So, if anybody else has any idea what she's experienced that.
Well, they could be talking like two separate. To me, it sounds like they're saying that one, you can put together your own package, but they also have their own pre-configured packages. Without seeing it, that's kind of what I'm getting at. Like that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
We need Johnny, don't we, Lynette?
You know, it's hard because I really want to do this right, and I worked on it for like a really good solid week. I put a lot of work into it, and then I got ghosted for 3 weeks. And so I thought it was just done and over and it's fine, but I mean, this is between $30,000 to $40,000, and I want to do right by it, and now I feel like I
Oh,
have this shortened amount of time to do this again. And he just contacted me. So
yeah.
I'm just freaking out right now.
Well,
So.
and the question was, Jennifer, she's got multiple people going. She's conflicted on, and quote me if I'm right, you're conflicted on if it's going to be better for you to do multiple rooms or less rooms. Is that what is that right?
I just think if you package more rooms together, you get them a better price. That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah. If you're wanting to do an all inclusive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to get them the better price on doing the package all inclusive.
Hmm.
Um, and we're not supposed to have favorites, but I kind of lean like Johnny does on the Vacation Express thing. If that's available, if where they're going is available on Vacation Express.
It is.
Now, your commission may not be as high on Vacation Express, but that's just because they usually have cheaper rates.
That's okay. I literally just want to do, like, I want to keep, this is my first chance with this client, so I want to do
Hmm.
right by them. So
Yeah,
I will totally like give up my commission to get him as a client.
especially if he's spending that kind of money.
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
great way to think.
yeah. I looked at a cruise yesterday, and my commission was 30 cent. 30 cent.
Anything for the client, right?
Well, if she books a balcony, she'll get some onboard credit. But I said, I just there's no availability. There's no availability in the group either to put them on the Travelers Network. So I just, I'm not going to lose money, but I'm just not going to give them
Yeah.
money. So,
All right, I'll stop with my questions.
oh, you're fine. No, you're fine. I wish I could help you more on that. I haven't run into that. Like I said, I was fortunate when I was booking my birthday party things for that lady. So they kind of just trickled in, so it made it a little bit easier.
Oh yeah, Vacation Express will only let you do up to 6 people. It won't let you do 2 rooms at 8 people. It's really weird.
There again, I was fortunate because they was double occupancy for all my rooms.
And honestly, if you're only doing like 4 rooms, it's probably not a big enough group to get a huge discount. So, especially if you're putting 2 in a room, you could always just get the one quote for 2, price it out that way, and then just
They're
suck it up and book it separately.
they're all different. One has so it's an all-inclusive, so 2 rooms are 4 people, but 1 are 2 children. So they're all different.
Okay, of course they have to be.
Of course, they're all different. Yes.
Well, and they're probably wanting different rooms and all this. Mine was wanting just the cheapest room available, so I got fortunate. So, not trying to rub it in or nothing.
Uh-huh.
It was. What's
Side note,
next?
because you're drudging up these memories for me, I spent hours last night trying to find connecting cabins, like family group of 3, and I tried and couldn't find it, couldn't do it. So I had put 6 cabin holds together at like midnight and sent
Oh
them
my
all over. And
gosh.
then the lady's like, "But yeah, this still doesn't work for us." And I'm like, "Let me call MSC and maybe they can work some magic." And they magically did. Somehow, like the connecting cabins just weren't available for us to select, and they had the availability to like move it around. So I was like, "Oh my God, thank you." And it worked out. But it's 3 separate bookings, so whatever.
That gripes me. I don't understand. They want us to be able to book all this stuff, and we're supposed to have the live availability to the cabin space. And you're proficient with MSC. I feel proficient with Royal, and I call and they magically, like you said, magically can find what I'm needing and what I'm looking for, and it's aggravating. Just let me have that power, and I can leave y'all alone. I have to wait on hold with you. Let's see anything in chat.
Do you think a lot of that could be because of like cancellations and whatnot, and so maybe we don't see the extra room right away, where it might be updated in their system quicker for us than us?
I mean, it could be because but every time you call Royal, they're like, well, any whatever, check through Cruising Power and Espresso. So I don't, I don't know. It's possible. It's they may just keep. I know they do keep a certain amount of rooms out of sight, so to say, just for whatever reason. But that could be possibly it.
Now, Bobby, when you called and booked and got those connecting rooms and everything, did it mess with your end of things at all, or did they just kind of take what you had already booked up and moved it around so it was all the same reservation chunk that you had saved?
Yeah, luckily they just on I can speak on behalf of MSC. Their tech is the worst and it's super glitchy. But because I knew those cabins were available, because if I put like 4 people in a room, I could see it. Or if I put 2 people in a room, I could see it. But I wanted 3 in a room, so it wouldn't let me select it. So it's like I knew it was there, but it just wouldn't let me book it. So yeah, they just kept my existing booking numbers and then just switched the cabin numbers, and then I was able to get the updated confirmations.
But Bobby, when did you join Cornerstone?
March.
Now, were you with another agency before you came here?
I was not. I'm a
Oh, brand.
paramedic that doesn't know what I want to be when I grow up. So
I feel for some reason I thought you've been doing this because I know you host that MSC group, right? That's your group.
I do. Yeah, I started that before I was a travel agent. It was just a like
Oh, okay.
a fan page. We last
Yeah.
Super Bowl, my son and I tried to win a cruise during the Super Bowl and made a video, and that's when I started that group.
Oh,
And then yeah, then I just fell into travel, and yeah.
well, I need to get the pointers on how you got 9,000 followers on it, so I can get my business following that high. Carla put in that Globus is not under the umbrella. It is Uniworld that she was thinking of. No worries, Miss Carla. And there's our BDM for the TTC. I believe that's what it is, TTC. Pull it up on my pictures. Yeah. All have to save that.
So we just oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I have two devices running. That's why it has.
Oh, I was like, we got two nickels. That sounded the same. He's kind of confused me there.
Well, me and Sarah are here sitting watching off our TV, but then I'm like, I want to be able to look at something, so I got into my computer. So we just booked our first booking, and with probably the best clients ever. I mean, there can't be better clients than yourself.
Yeah, there you go.
And any tips or tricks? Well, we need to go and look at the test video again, but that's our next step, and we're being really slow about it because we just, it seems like a lot of work. We don't want to mess that part of it up. Are there any tips or tricks you could think going through tests, things that are easily missed or easily kind of skipped over or whatnot?
I mean, for me personally, I don't know of any, you know, I mean, I have a method to my madness. I mean, I typically don't share my screen, but I will on the test just because of let me close this out. Close this out.
Amy wouldn't like my professional opinion. Don't overthink it. And like less is more sometimes.
Yeah, and here again, now I have a
And
method
that's
to my
how we
madness.
are a lot of times. We just jump right, we try not to have the analysis paralysis, so they say. Just jump right in, act like we own it.
So, I have a method to my madness. The only thing that I know Amy is pretty adamant about is she wants, in the trip description, she wants your supplier, she wants the name and the booking number. I do know she's pretty adamant about that. It's easy for them to reconcile. You don't have to put none of this down here. I just do just because it just makes me feel better. I don't know why, but it does. Um, you know, and then you go into your booking tab. This is are you pretty good with this, Nicholas, here? You and Sarah? Feel pretty confident with that?
Yeah, I mean, when
Okay.
we kind of went through the videos, I mean, it's the system seems fairly straightforward, and just need to get your butt in there and do some stuff. Really, is
Yeah,
what it seems like.
and as soon as I make a booking, if I'm available to do it, I enter it right then as soon as I get my invoice from that. I get the booking. And you can go as detailed as you want. I don't worry about per person or whatever, unless it is they're paying separately and they want it to be known that they're separate, or so to say. That I would break it down to an itemization. Add the payment. Typically, I'll send them an email with the invoice and go from there. But yeah, it's pretty. I mean, that's my method to my madness. Now, I can't speak for what what would work for y'all, but like I
Oh,
said,
that's
the
right.
main thing is
It seems pretty straightforward. As some of these systems can be great, except for a few tabs or a few different places where it's like, you always run into XYZ. So I just kind of hitting that. I think the other thing is that I'm a little nervous about is what our commission is. I don't know how I go and find exactly what that is. Is it listed somewhere? Do you have to
it.
just give them a call? It's with
No,
them.
we're
Nope, nope. Royal Caribbean. I'm sorry.
okay. So Royal Caribbean. I think say if that's MSC, we're going to turn this meeting over to Bobby.
Yeah. As soon as I said it, I was like, wait, nope, nope.
So I will show you. It is on you. Well, all right. Let me show you how you get it through. I got to move y'all every time. So when you go into Cruising Power, you've got a couple different options that you can see your commission. All right, so I'm gonna go down here and search. Let's just let me do my personal one. I'll show you. This is a casino cruise. So you got two ways you can find out your commission. You can go up here and hit that little button, and you'll scroll down. And let me move y'all again. And you'll see here, now again, this is a casino booking. It's going to show zero commission. It doesn't show up until after. This is where your commission will show for Royal.
Okay.
Once you do a booking for a client, such as yourself this time, you just go here to book an invoice, and you can choose agent and guest copy, your booking invoice, confirmation, and put it to the email that you want it to go to.
Okay,
and then
cool.
it'll send to you. Then you'll get your email that looks like this right here.
All right, cool.
That's the guest one. I just didn't pull up my agent one because
No, that's fine.
your agent one will show invoice here amount. Let me pull up an agent invoice for
Does
you.
your invoice also show your commission on it and stuff too? So
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Nope, wrong one. I'll do a Royal since you're doing a Royal. It is right here. Total commission.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, perfect. Yeah, because that's important. Put it in the test if I remember right. Because whatever you put in, if you put in like if it's a 12% commission, let's say, and you put in 8, you're only going to get 8, right?
Well, but it gives you the amount that so you would put in that amount.
Got the email. I can see what commission is on the
Okay.
email.
All right. I am
So if you
told
go,
good to go that we could see the commission.
so that's the package price for this particular cruise I sold. That is the commission projected, and then that automatically does your 80% there. So
All right.
you don't have to do any figuring. It figures everything for you. But yes, it is very important for you to ensure that you put all your information there, because if you don't, then you don't get a paycheck, and then you're calling and fussing and emailing, where's my commission? And it's your fault because you didn't put it in correctly.
I hear you there.
And as Bobby said, it's going to be different with every supplier. She said, I haven't booked an MSC and I haven't booked a Princess. I've booked a Carnival and a Virgin. And I don't remember if the commission was on the Carnival. I don't remember if it was on the Virgin invoices. But let me share again. Do you know where to find it in GoCCL?
I haven't used that site yet.
Okay, so this is the Carnival booking. So I've got some saved. So I'll just pull this one up here.
It looks like the commission is going to be a little over 1,000.
So if you go down here, on the Carnival GoCCL, once it's booked and paid, this is the commission that you'll be receiving here. This is what you would put into the test.
Okay. No, it seems like it's pretty self-explanatory. Then once you start booking, it's on there. Sarah said she did see that she looked on her invoice and it did show that. So it's just partly probably me not looking at the invoice myself.
Well, it's all in the mix too. So you just have to look and see there where it's in the mix, because with you being a client and the travel agent, you should receive both copies.
Yep, we did.
And then, and where's it at on MSC, Bobby? Like I said, I haven't booked the MSC yet.
It's the same way. You can send an agent invoice, or there'll be like a little eye that you can hover over and it'll show up there. But yeah, you can spot it a couple different ways.
Now, the one thing I don't like is it Expedia Tap? It's one of the consolidators. I always forget to look when I book a hotel or whatever. I always have to go back and write like I'm rebooking it just to find out what my commission is going to be, because I can never find it when I'm trying to figure out on Expedia Tap. I always forget. It's so aggravating.
Well, appreciate you. Thank you.
And Carla put the correct the login information for the TTC if anybody's interested in looking into them. Are they, or Carla, I mean, since you've been kind of messing with them, are they sort of like a Globus kind of, they plan your itineraries and things like that?
As far as I've dug in so far, it looks like they have so many companies that they kind of cover the gamut from more of a do-it-yourself type thing all the way to fully escorted. So yeah, they have a company, and they have each company kind of looks like it's different price levels too, maybe.
Okay. Good to know. Be definitely something to look into with, Mediterranean, Europe kind of thing, because that is one thing I'm afraid of. I'm dreading when somebody wants a Europe, Germany kind of Asia trip. I just debating what to do with those.
There's also an easy way on Expedia Tap. I found it the hard way, but you can go under reports and you can search by either transaction date or travel date, and it pulls it right up and it tells you your commission. It's much easier than going in and retrying to book everything, because I did also tried to redo that.
Thank you. Well,
You're
that's good.
welcome.
That's good. I tell you, you can learn so much by doing these things. That's why I like coming,
Yes.
even when I'm not hosting.
Exactly.
Let's see, I didn't miss anything. Oh, Patricia said her husband's the most difficult. Well, you got the power, Patricia. I'm pretty easygoing. My wife would say, I would hope. She's just a passenger princess. I get to carry my own passport through the airport, so
It's the opposite for me. I plan everything with my husband. He just shows up. Of course, he's an airline pilot, so he hates it when I drag him off places. But
he's like, I just got off one of these.
exactly. He comes home, he unpacks his suitcase, and he repacks it wherever we're going. And
Who's he fly for?
he actually flies for a cargo airline, Coletta Air. So he says he
Okay.
flies boxes, not people, and they don't talk bags.
With some things for today, that's not a bad deal.
Justin, I have one other question. Is there? I know there's not a list, but do you know off the top of your head what which suppliers are net booking? I know price agencies, but are there others?
I'm sure there are others, but for the most part, for consolidators, price agency, I think, is about the only one. I know Expedia Tap, you can add service charges to them. Yeah, that's all I know of off the top of my head.
And the reason I ask, and I think somebody kind of alluded to this earlier in the conversation, was they were trying to make their client happy. So I was just wondering, as a new agent, I would be willing to give up part of my commission too to get somebody on board.
Yeah, that was Lynette. She's trying to decide what's going to be the best route of booking and the most convenient for everybody, which I completely understand. It's very time consuming for the commission that is paid. It's a lot of work, but Bobby knows this well. We don't get in this for the money. I mean, it can be very lucrative, but at the beginning stages, it's definitely a growing pain. So
yeah, absolutely.
I want to be like Neil and Monica. That's who I want to be like. And then whoever's taking over that other percentage in the dashboard, they're knocking it out of the park. That's what I'm aiming to be.
Did you see that she said that she put an by accident she's not really beating Neil and them. When she put it in test, she added another decimal.
I hadn't seen that. I was looking at dashboard. I just want to make it in there one time. I don't care if it ain't for 10 minutes. I just want to get in there one time. And I was in the process of booking my last celebrity cruise on Saturday or Sunday, and I was like, I'm finally going to get in the top 5, top 7, whatever it is. And she came in there and put that, and I was like, WTH. So let's say this ain't my month. 3 months ago, 2 months back to back, I had 2 good months in a row. So I could have been in if it was what's going on right now, but it didn't work out. So
You'll get there.
but it's all good. I'm hoping. I'm growing. I'm proud of what I've done. So it's with the help of the Cornerstone team and the Cornerstone corporate that has they've been a guiding light, and I've been very appreciative of them. I can't speak highly enough about what's offered here with Cornerstone. So
My problem is I'm still entering stuff from September. Like I have a real big problem with not entering it right away. So I don't even chase October's totals. Like I'm still backlogging.
I'm anal about stuff. I like I said, I have a method of my madness because I know how absent-minded I can get, and just I mean, I've been very steady with things, and it's just trying to. I don't want to forget something, and yeah, so I'm almost instantly, and once I get an email invoice, I'm pretty much entering it right then.
The smaller things I tend to miss, like if somebody books via a Viator link or something, where you just get an email where it's not you actively selling to the client and they just book something,
Mm-hmm.
then I'll forget it or something like that. And then I'm like, oh man, I forgot to enter this.
I haven't got anybody on the Viator links
Oh
or any of
no,
the.
those work really well for me and in
I've
short
tried.
excursions. Do you use short excursions group?
I do. What I do is when I with emails and stuff, um, whenever I have a new client, especially on cruises, they book cruises. I'll send them a welcome email and an excursion email with the links to that. I'm hoping I can. I've got 5 couples going to Alaska on the same cruise next year in May. I mean June. So I'm hoping I can get all 5 of them to book on that instead of through the cruise lines. But if they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. For some reason, because I contacted the tour operators directly to find out when they were going to be released, and they're like, they're released on the website, but Viator doesn't have them yet. So I don't know. Um, I don't know what the holdup there is. Because I'm afraid it's going to sell out before they have a chance to get it because it's they want to do that Toku Seaplane Lodge, and it's $475 through Viator, and they have already bought it through Royal Caribbean at $648 or $649 per person. So I can save them a good chunk of change, plus get me some money on it. So I'm hoping I can push that pretty heavy.
Can I sneak a quick question in?
Of course.
Did you I can't remember, do you use Chubb?
Yes. Well, I purchased my plan and Cadence plan, the annual plan. Yes.
Well, and I know this was asked before because I remember it being asked, but I just sold my first one last night. And so what's the commission rate on that? Is that like 20% or something? Do you remember?
It's up there. I'll tell you. My package for the 2 plans was 448 and my commission was 114. So whatever that comes, what percentage that comes to.
20, Jennifer says 25%. Thank you.
Okay. There you
And
go.
that's what I just felt like, okay, 25%. And then my other question is, and don't shoot me, this has been asked 100 times, but I didn't pay attention because I didn't need the information then. So they have a bunch of cruises. They have 3 cabins on their cruises, and then they got one for the 8 of them, and then there's somebody else gonna buy the other trip protection for the 2 people. Do I just put that under the one booking? So in test, sorry. So in test,
Oh, yeah.
sorry. How about
No, you're
context?
fine. No, you're fine. Um, it's 2 separate policies though.
So she paid for all 3 rooms. It's her, she has to have two rooms for her, one for her, one for her
Yeah.
husband and the kids, and then her parents. And so she paid for all of the rooms, so I put them under the same booking, but then
Mhm.
she only paid for the protection policy for the 2 rooms. And then the parents are gonna call me with their policy, but it's a different policy. Now I'm wondering if I should split it into 2 separate bookings.
Okay.
It's confusing.
You got some confusing guests. No, I'm just playing. All right. So
They're fun though.
it doesn't sound like it, but I'll take your word for it. So they bought trip protection through the cruise line. They didn't buy it through Chubb.
No, they are gonna buy they're so it's a cruise.
Yes.
It's 3 cabins.
Okay, but what I'm asking is they're buying
They
a Chubb policy,
they
correct?
did not get trip protection through the cruise.
Yes.
They got the Chubb protection.
Okay.
I know this helps, doesn't it?
No, you're fine. No, you're going personally just for I would enter in your cruise booking and then enter you in a Chubb. Yeah, Tia said do 2 and test. I would do personally. I would do 2 different bookings.
Two different bookings.
Yes, because
Okay.
I bought. Did they buy the trip plan or an annual plan?
She just did the trip plan. I think they're
Okay.
each gonna do just the one trip plan.
Yeah,
Not
I would. And so there was 2 policies purchased, correct? I'm
yeah.
just making sure I've got all this. Yeah,
3
because you're
cabins,
going.
2 policies.
Yeah, you're going to have two different policy numbers. So I would do two individual inputs personally, just because when they go to reconcile it, because they had a thing come out a couple weeks ago that there was some auditing that commissions couldn't be found because it was in, and
Embedded
this was
somewhere
before,
else.
and see, I've got some stuff in line under a group, because the Alaska Adventure is what I'm calling it for that group. For the one couple, they got the cruise, they got the Alaska Railroad, and they got the hotel. Well, I put all that under that one basically itinerary, and come to find out that needs to be three separate things. There was some miscommunication, misinformation that was passed when we first joined up. So yeah, I would recommend putting into
Okay, thank
yeah.
you. I did, by the way, get my first check the other day, so I was
Awesome.
very happy.
Hey, yeah, hey, you got to start somewhere. We all new.
I was pretty excited.
I like it when it comes in. I don't even honestly, I don't even know when we get paid. I just know I get a little email and it says you've got a deposit coming in. Be on the lookout. And I'm great.
My husband's yelling at me, so I have to leave, but I want to just say thank you again
Oh,
for being awesome. And everybody's been
oh,
awesome, so thank you.
well, I hope I can answer. I wish I could answer more questions. I feel like I'm lost on some things. So, but
No, you guys are
yes, thank you
great.
for coming.
Thank you.
Dealing it. Debbie says annual plan, Allianz or Chubb's personal preference, please. I need to buy one for us. And you know, like Bobby said, check your limits, check your stuff. Johnny's an Allianz guy. I purchased Chubb. It just seemed easier for me. But I think they're pretty comparable. But you know, Johnny here again. Johnny's an Allianz guy. Um, and then Bobby had an Allianz plan.
All I have to compare it to is my mom had it once and then had a fall and broke her arm and they paid like super fast.
And Johnny's did too. Johnny was supposed to go on, you know, I'm sure y'all know he was supposed to go on his trip, fell and broke his leg, submit his paperwork on Monday morning, Monday evening by 10 o'clock. He got whatever. Tuesday morning, his money was in his bank. So um, that is something to check on. But yeah, as far as your limits and stuff, I would just, like Bobby said, I would compare limits, compare the premiums and things of that nature.
Thank you.
Mhm. From what I've only booking the annual plan on Chubb was the easiest booking I have done, though. I will say that. But you know,
I wonder if both of them will be at our convention.
that's a good question. I don't know. I know a lot of them, the ones that are going to be there, but I haven't heard if the insurance will be there or not. It would be a good thing if they were,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. Um, yeah, I got some tea, but I can't spill it. So
Now
I'm
don't
about
spill
convinced.
it. You
I'm
shouldn't have
not.
said that though, but you shouldn't
Uh,
have said it.
I know, but it's just it makes y'all wondering on it. No.
Is it good
Uh,
tea?
Oh, well, it's just yeah, of course, it's the
Okay.
Cornerstone Convention. How could it not be good?
I don't know. I've
Uh,
never been.
I hadn't either. I'm going first time too. So I'm looking for. I'm very excited about it. I'm so excited. I'm going a day early. We're flying in early on Thursday morning. I want to go by the office and meet the corporate staff and face to face finally.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to that. Um, Looking forward to staying at the San Luis. That looks to be a beautiful resort. Can't wait.
And I
What
hear
else we
next year it's
got?
going to be big enough for all of us.
Well, I mean, there'll be a limit. I think they are definitely doubling the amount of tickets. The the explosion of agents that has occurred over this last 9 months was I don't I well, I'm not gonna say I don't know. I don't think I'm pretty sure it was not expected. This we've just had an explosion. I think when I came in January, I was around the 680 mark. And if we're not 3,000 yet, I'm shocked. I know we were 2,700 like 10 days ago. So we're going leaps and bounds by the week. I mean, you can tell by the Facebook page when Amy puts it in every Monday, it's almost like 7,500 names. So you figure 10 days ago, it's another week, that's another 100 people close to it. So it's, and Bobby said it's fast. We have definitely expanded. They've had to really work fast. And here again, I can't sing praises enough for what they're doing, and what they offer us with all they've got, all the agents that have came in. Um, and they're continuing to improve. They've got some more things that they're going to implement that's going to, make things, uh, just better for all. So, and if it's going to get better, I mean, I think it's going to be tough to beat, but to be better than what it already is. Um, I was talking to Amy yesterday about some things, and just a lot of people don't see a lot of stuff that they do. I mean, I'll just tell you, I booked a hotel for my Star Cruise. My commission was $29 on the hotel. Cornerstone, after the 10% to the referring agent, I mean, they got $5 off of it, y'all. And it's just that is just unheard of in the commission split. I mean, I- they just offer us so much, and that's what the blessing is, in my opinion. So
And I feel like the more people we get, the more that we can have offered and offered to us and everything. So
yeah, I mean, the more people that come in, and you've got to sell. I want to say it's like $1 million in sales to Disney to get a BDM, to get a dedicated BDM, and maybe even more than that. It also, your commissions increase with the more sales you have. So like celebrity, we were on a meeting the other day and we was looking at celebrity. They're paying 15% commission. So that means that we are doing a lot of business with celebrity and
yeah,
Royal Caribbean and things like that. So yeah, the more agents come in, the more sales that they do, the more incentives that comes our way, and it's just we're growing, and it's good. It's been a tough growing for them, I know. Just being involved in the mentor staffs that I've been since May, I've learned a lot and seen a lot. But I don't even see the tip of the iceberg. So that's why everybody asks everybody to be patient with the corporate office, just with everything they've got going on. It's just it's a lot, but they're doing, like I said, a fantastic job. Where's that waterfall?
that's Dunn's River.
Oh, okay, Jamaica. Okay.
Yes, I found out a way. I forget how I did it because I did it a while ago, but you can add a video as your background. So it's like a 15-minute video.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I thought it was
All
pretty
I
neat.
all I would have would be my ocean wave waters off the ship, off the bow.
Yeah. Well, I'm on other Zoom meetings for other stuff, and it's a really good conversation starter because no one does that, and so it's like, oh yeah,
That's
the
cool.
travel agents took a trip to Jamaica, got married. It's great starter.
We
I
were
love late start student.
I done the blue hole and one of the river tubings. I don't remember the name of wasn't the Bray River. I don't know. I done it on a honeymoon in Jamaica. Can't
Yeah, we
remember.
just me and Sarah just got finally tied the knot and got married June 10th in Jamaica. And that was our trip. So that was a wonderful trip. It was just two of us.
Congratulations. Well, I see a couple new names and faces. Casey and Carol. I don't believe I've ever met y'all. And Carla, I don't think I've ever met you either. How long have y'all been with Cornerstone? You can put it in chat if you don't want to talk. It's fine. Jennifer, I know you've been around for a little bit. I've seen you on a couple meetings.
Hi, this is Carol. I've been with Cornerstone just a few months, so I'm still very new. I'm in the
Okay.
process of booking a group cruise, just some friends.
Okay.
I don't even know what my questions are yet, so I'm just really listening and I'm capturing questions as I go.
Well, and that's the thing to do, to come in here and to listen and learn and ask questions. And I'm glad you made it. Sorry, Casey, I didn't realize I told you we've exploded in agents, but I had no idea you've been here since March. I think this is the first time I've ever seen you in here. Well, welcome, Carol and Carla.
Well, thank you, and thank you for doing this. This is very, very helpful.
Well, I hope I was. I know there was a lot of stuff that I wasn't sure of. But they be sure you're on the travel training calendar with all the new agent onboarding that we've got available and all the other
Mm.
Q&As that are in here. So yeah, that's what I talk about. Just the stuff that is offered through Cornerstone. They want you to succeed because if you succeed, then they succeed. So it's a lot of great stuff that they're doing for us. So what else we got? We got just a few minutes left.
Can I ask a question? And I may have missed it, but I'm sure it's one of those elementary questions. But as I was booking like my second person, her question was about the cruise insurance. Or
Mhm.
maybe if you could just tell me where to find it, because it's with Royal Caribbean. And she's like, well, what's the difference if I buy the cruise insurance now as I'm booking, or can I find out more about it and then get it later?
Yeah,
And
it can be added up until the final payment. So you're wanting a handout on it basically, right? Let's see here.
yeah, because and she had two good questions. My friends were drilling me, which was really good because I was learning. And she was like, well, what's the difference between if I get the insurance and I have a non-refundable room versus a refundable room? Is there a difference in the refund portion when buying the insurance? And I was like, oh, that's a really good question. Let me find out for
That
you.
that is a good question. I do know that the insurance is through a third party.
And it's usually not refundable, the insurance portion. So if you get any deposit back, many cruise lines keep the insurance cost.
Yeah, you'll lose. Yeah, if it costs you $200, they do lose that. They will keep that. That is definitely. Um, what travel protection is Royal Caribbean offer? Here you are. So yeah, let's see. So I just Googled this.
Hmm. Okay.
Where's that? View
On the
program
Royal.
details.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got
I just Googled Royal Caribbean trip. Here, I'll just put this in the chat. I'll put all the links in the chat there.
Oh, thank you. And I'll just copy it from there.
There you go. Let me get one. Let me get another one. That may be what you need.
Well, this is, yeah,
That's
this is
it.
good.
Looks Aon Travel claim. So this is where you would do your claim. But like Bobby said, here again, if you pay 197, 178,
Mhm.
whatever it is for the trip protection, you don't get that. If it is a refundable rate, they are going to pay a higher rate, and it you now as far as canceling the trip, it could be in the form of future cruise credits. You just got to read the
Okay.
fine print on this. I hate insurance, don't get me wrong, but it's one of them things that you love it if you got it kind of deal.
Right.
Put one more.
I
Let's see.
usually never recommend it personally, like Tia said, because often they have hotels before and after or flights, and I want
Mhm.
insurance that covers that too. So I
Mm-hmm.
usually just push, unless a client really insists on cruise line insurance. I don't think it's the way to go personally, but that's my opinion.
And especially if they travel a lot. Um, you know, but like they said, your cruise protection only covers the cruise portion.
Gotcha. Thank you. Thank you for all
But
of that. I appreciate
yeah,
it.
like Bobby says, you can do single trip protection through your Chubb or Allianz that we have. So, and it may cost a little bit more, but you
Hmm.
could spin it to say, well, it covers everything, even if they're driving. Because I know Chubb is if you're traveling up to a minimum an hour away, and I don't know how many miles away. I'd have to go back and read the fine print, but I know it's an hour away from your destination, from your home. I'm sorry, from your home.
Okay.
So that's something you could spin. as
Mhm.
well.
I sure will.
They made good points on that.
Thanks,
100 miles.
Jennifer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So now I gotta dig in the chode. Awesome, thanks.
Yeah.
And the
Chubb
other
and
thing,
Allianz.
I wanted to say one thing, because 'tis the season. You always want to buy insurance before they name the hurricane, because once a hurricane is named, it's too late to add it and expect you to have coverage. So, just FYI for hurricane season, if you didn't know that.
I didn't
I
know that.
didn't. Wow.
Luckily, they don't name hurricanes for about 10 days before it hits, so that's a good thing. Yeah, I'm trying to think because I left for my 2 week on Star. I left on the 30th. Yeah, we drove down the 29th, and I think I bought it on the 27th, and I don't remember what was the last hurricanes that were out there. Elmada. I can't remember. I'm not sure. Well, if we don't have any quick last minute questions, I know we've got a Waymakers in 30 minutes, so they'll be jumping on that here momentarily. So if we don't have any more, like I said, quick questions, we'll probably get ready to go and call it a night. Thank you for your help tonight, Bobby. Appreciate all the questions. Tia, for your input. Appreciate that. Also, everybody that's kind of new, if you don't know, Tia and her husband John, they do a YouTube channel. So Tia, if you want to throw your stuff in there, chat, y'all go and subscribe to her YouTube channel. They do a lot of good information. She puts out a lot of good food. She's just too far away from where I'm at. So there you go, Tia. You can get you some more followers. There you are. That's her YouTube. That's her YouTube channel. So go give them a like and a follow. And, if anybody else you want to put it, Jill usually does something with Facebook, the Facebook group, where she'll do a follow for everybody. So just a way to get the algorithms moving. We're not all competing for business because there's plenty out there. So, but thank y'all for taking an hour every night to come spend. Hope you learned a little bit. Hope I wasn't too boring. But nice meeting everybody, and look forward to meeting people in person, especially at the convention. But if nothing else, we'll be seeing y'all on the next one.
Adios.
Bye,
See you,
y'all.
man.
Thank
Good
you, man. Thank you,
night.
Nicholas. Night, y'all.